Welcome to another episode.
Hello.
How are we doing today, Miranda?
I'm doing so good.
Really? That's good.
The energy is up today.
Yes, I know. It really is. I know. Last episode, I was like, oh my gosh, I was so out of it. It was the day before I started my period. And I was like, oh, yep, that makes sense. That makes sense. Oh my gosh. I was just like, that episode was just something else. So we're back at it.
We're back.
This one's going to be a good episode, I think. We have a few things that we wanted to talk about, but I guess where do we even start? There is a lot to talk about. You're prepping for a wedding this weekend.
Yeah.
And I guess the episode we really want to talk about is just like prepping for weddings.
Yeah.
But we just wanted to start off talking about like, I don't know, our personal lives and what's happening.
Yeah,
and
our updates.
Our updates, yeah, because we usually always start off with like our updates and then we get into the bulk of the episode. And I know some people don't like that, and I know some people do. So I'm just like,
We're here for people that do like
yeah.
it.
Because some people are like, just get to it. Just get to it. We don't need to hear about anything else. But I don't know. I can, like, my favorite podcast, I swear I can listen to them talk
Yeah.
literally all day about anything, even if it's like a specific like niche, like photography or Instagram or whatever it is. I'm like, oh, I want to hear more.
Yeah. Even like, what's that podcast that everyone listens to with JC? And
Oh, yes. What we said.
What we said. They literally just
Yeah.
Like, I know people like hearing people So
yeah. I know that's literally what a podcast
Yes.
is. So if you don't like it, I guess you can go on TikTok and find what you need to find. But anyways, so the first thing that I wanted to talk about is I have been basically dairy free for like, I want to say like 6 years maybe.
This is wild that I haven't clocked this.
Yeah, well, it's because I don't really talk about it. I'm not like super picky either. Like I will eat cheese, I will eat butter and whatever else that milk is in. I know there's a lot of things, but I try not to consume it a lot because like I think it was like 6 years ago I started breaking out really, really, really badly. Like it was like cystic acne all over my face, like just destroyed my face. It was just not cute. Not cute. And I could not figure it out. And then I was like, scouring the internet and doing all these things and finding treatments or whatever. And I think I saw that like dairy causes a lot of hormone issues with your skin specifically. And so then I was like, you know what? I guess I'll just cut it off. And it worked.
Wow.
It worked. And I think at the time I was having like all my coffee had dairy in it. All like I was getting like milkshakes and that has a lot of dairy in it. So I was consuming a lot of dairy. And so then I stopped and my skin has been good. And so then I think I've been slowly trying to introduce it within like the past few months. And I been having, I think it was like last week, I had like a bowl of cereal every day. And I started my period. And then I was like, well, I do break out usually. Like it's not like I'll have like a pimple here and there when I start my period. But it's usually not a big deal. But this last week with everything combined, I got like 2 really big bumps that weren't pimples. They were just under the skin, and it's been like almost a week and one still has not gone down. It's on my forehead, which is why I'm wearing a hat right now. Cuz it's just like it will not go down no matter what I do. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's the freaking milk. I know it is. Like I haven't had like that type of acne since I stopped drinking dairy.
That's
crazy. And I was like, oh, I'll be fine. Like, no, I'm not. It's not fine. It's not fine literally at all.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so no more dairy for me. Because I used to like whenever I had cereal, I was drinking. What kind of cereal was I drinking? It was called Ripple milk, but I'm not sure what kind of milk that was.
I think it's just like lactose free.
No, I really think it's like a different type of milk.
Oh.
Like a pea milk? I don't know. It's Ripple. It's a
I've
different type
seen
of
it.
milk
I've seen it. I know what you're
because
talking about.
the milk that I'm drinking or was drinking was lactose free. It was lactose free milk,
Okay.
but it's still
Oh.
it's still just with my face. Like nothing else is wrong. It's just like the acne is just like killing me, and like I can't live with that anymore because I lived with it for so long and I did not know it was wrong. So yeah, no more dairy for me. It'll be
That's
fine. I mean,
sad.
it's just I mean, I've
You're
lived with
used to
it.
it.
Yeah, I'm
You were
used to
just
it,
trying to
so
reintroduce it?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and yeah, it's not working, so that's okay. I'll just have to drink because like, even my coffees now, I only drink oat milk with them, like, I never get whole milk
Mm,
unless they, like, mess up, and then I'm like, "Whatever, I don't really care too much," but I think it was just, like, the consistency of it where it
yeah.
was just, like, making me break out a lot, so yeah, no more dairy for me.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy?
Honestly, like, I'm glad you were able to, like, clock it
Yeah.
as,
Yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah. Because it was, like, the only thing that was, like that I changed up, like, I didn't change up anything else, and
Yeah.
at first I was like, "Maybe it is my period," but I never break out like that during my
On
period.
your forehead, that's
Yeah.
kinda weird for your period.
Yeah, exactly, so I was like, "It's gotta be the milk because 'cause I've been eating
Damn.
so much cereal."
What cereal are you eating?
What is it called? It's just, like, honey bunches of oats, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
just
That's a
simple.
grandma cereal.
Yeah, just simple cereal. It's good. And
I love
anyways,
it.
yeah, so I was just in my cereal era for a second there, but I'm just gonna have to get a different milk, which is fine. Some milks really do taste like actual milk, so it won't be that hard, but
Speaking of cereal, I'm on my Weetabix
what
journey.
what is that? Oh, yeah, you told me about it, but I still don't think I understand
You just
what's
have to
going
look it
on.
up.
Okay.
It's just like a UK cereal,
Okay.
but it's in, like, little biscuits that break up once you put it in milk.
Okay.
I'm obsessed with it.
Okay, I love it. I love it. Is it, like, good for you? Like, does it have
Yeah, it's, like,
protein or,
really
like
high fiber.
oh, fiber. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. Okay.
I think there's actually protein in it as well. I was reading the, nutritional facts. But, yeah, I just eat it with some strawberries and milk.
Ooh,
It's so
okay. I'll have
good.
to look it up. Well, you got it from, like you got
I
it somewhere
know.
like, I don't understand
Because,
it.
okay, the one that was coming from the UK wasn't gonna get here in, like, 3 months, and I was like, "I
Oh,
need it
like,
now."
can't
So,
wait.
I got the South African version.
I
So,
see.
it's the same thing, but it's called Wheat Bix instead of Weetabix.
I see. Okay, okay. I
But,
wonder how people found out about this.
Courtney Cook.
Oh, okay. Well, I wonder how she did.
She's an English lit teacher.
Oh,
So,
okay,
she
that
eats,
makes
like, all
sense.
kinds of, like, English food.
Okay, 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 okay. That makes so much more sense. I was like, where are people finding this? Okay. Yeah, I'm not on that side of TikTok right now.
I gotta get off of it because 'cause I'm just trying all these different foods,
Yeah,
and I'm
no, I
like,
love it. That's fun though.
it is fun, but, yeah, it's not
Especially
really
like
in my grocery budget
oh,
because
yeah.
Weetabix is literally, like, $24 to
Oh
order on
my.
Amazon.
Yeah, that is expensive.
Yeah,
Dang.
but so worth it, like, I'd do
Yeah.
it again, it's so good.
That is so funny. How long does it last?
I eat, like, 3 biscuits a day, and I
Okay.
think there's, like, 24 of them in a box.
Okay. 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 I'll have to see what this looks like. So I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about right now, but it's fine.
It's
And
good.
then I guess something else is I've been seeing a lot on the internet about AI photos. Have you
Yeah.
been seeing all of that?
Well, I saw
There was one
the
big post that blew up like a few weeks ago.
was it, like, the whole
Like,
like, Terra and
yes, yes,
whatever? Okay,
yes.
yeah.
That one was really big. I think a lot of people were talking about that one. And then the other day I saw one where a photographer went on a planner or a venue's page. I can't remember exactly. I think it was a planner, but she went on a planner's page and she saw a photo that looked a lot like hers, but it wasn't hers. And so it was like it was I mean, the fact that she could clock that it was her photo, but she was like, "I don't remember that angle. I don't remember, like, they look a little bit different, like, it's really weird." And
Oh.
so she went back and she, like, looked at her original photo and then compared the 2, and it's basically an AI photo of her photo,
Oh my
but just, like, a
god.
little bit different where you could tell if you're the photographer, but couldn't tell if you were just, like, scrolling on a planner's page or whatever to know if it was,
Wow.
like, real or not. Yeah.
Was this, like, just a random planner who stole the photo, or
I
was
think
it, like,
so.
they worked
Yeah.
together and she tweaked
No,
things?
I don't think it was like that. I think it was just, like,
Oh, wow.
a random photo. Yeah.
Damn.
A random planner. I mean, yeah, it's so crazy that this is happening too. Is just like, oh wait, like, because I'm not really on that side where I'm like wanting to make AI photos or like AI art or whatever. So I'm not really like in that world. I have no idea. And so just seeing all of that, I'm like, oh, that could be an issue, I
I wonder
think.
if it was, like, intentional or if the planner was using, like, an AI that just, like, grabbed someone's photo and she didn't know whose photo it was, that
Well,
it
either
was, like,
way, that's so
rendering.
weird.
It is
'Cause it's
weird.
not even like a photo like you think a planner would use. Like, it's not like of design or like it's not
Oh.
like a venue or anything. It's just like a photo of a couple coming down the aisle, and I think,
What?
like, with, like, rose petals or confetti or something, or maybe even not, but they were just, like, walking down the aisle, so and it was a black and white photo at that. So it's
What?
I know planners use those types of photos, but, like, for you to make a whole AI edit of something, like, that's the last thing I would do, but I also wouldn't
Wow.
do that. Like, I wouldn't use AI photos for my portfolio either, so
That's weird.
yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking it was, like, of the design.
No, not even. It's
That's
just like the
weird.
couple walking down the aisle, so it's just like an AI photo of a couple.
What? Weird.
Yeah, so I wonder what the update with that is, like, if she's gonna say well, she did say something. She posted on her Instagram, but I wonder, like, what she's gonna do in terms of, like, contacting the planner and, like, saying, like, "Hey, you shouldn't do
Oh my
that."
goodness, yeah. That
Because
is
it's, like, real
wild.
people, and it's, like it's not, like, an exact face match, but it's pretty close.
That is so
I know. So, like,
weird.
imagine, like, your wedding photos, like, altered onto someone else's
Wow.
page. Yeah, so that's gonna be, I think, maybe an issue going forward because also I wasn't gonna talk about this, but it reminds me of I've been seeing also a lot of people talking about I haven't been in the styled shoot circuit in a really long time. Like, I don't know who's doing styled shoots. I don't know what's happening with styled shoots. Just haven't been to a styled shoot in like a really, really long time. But I've been hearing that at styled shoots, people are now selling tickets for associate shooting. And what they're doing is like the person running the styled shoot will take photos and then sell them to the person that bought the associate ticket. And
That's
so that they could, I guess, just edit the photos and pretend like they were there.
it's so crazy,
Have
like
you heard about that?
yeah, I have.
Like, I've
The associate
never
tickets.
that definitely was not a thing when I was doing styled
No,
shoots, and
no.
so the fact that it's, like, a thing now is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah,
it
no,
is
that's wild to
wild.
me. Mhm. Yeah, so that's also another thing where it's, like, it's just deceiving marketing,
Yeah.
and just I think just morally, I think it's not
That's the
how
same
you
thing as going online to, like, some stock photo and, like, grabbing a photo and being like, "I took that."
Yes,
You
yes,
didn't
or
take it.
even just, like, a lot of people have seen this happen too, where people like photographers or planners or whoever will steal photos from someone else and use it as their own.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same thing where it's like, not good,
It's just
not good.
weird.
Yeah, yeah. So now I think people need to really, and these AI photos are looking really good these days.
I
Like,
know.
it is hard
It's
to
crazy how
tell.
fast
Even
they got
as a
good.
photographer, sometimes I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
cannot tell."
Like that one post where it was, like, the whole wedding post
Oh,
on Instagram,
yes.
and it was all AI, and it
Mhm.
looks like real photos.
Yeah. Yeah, because it didn't even look like it was, like, different. Like, the editing didn't look different,
Yeah.
like, the type of wedding and everything didn't look that much different than what you would see. So, yeah, it's really, really crazy what's happening. So, I think that's gonna be a really big issue here in the next few years,
I can
is, like,
see,
people doing that.
people that post about not liking their wedding photos, I could see them just, like, redoing them with AI.
Stop. I didn't even think about that either.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're so right. 'cause they no longer have to, like, go to another person and be like, "Can y'all fix this?" Or, like, "Can
Mhm.
y'all, like, redo this?" They can just go online and pay for the service or
Yeah.
whatever. I don't even know how people are doing it, but just, like, they can just run their own photos on there and be like, "Make this better."
Yeah.
Which I guess I mean, if it's your own photos, like, whatever, I guess do whatever you want with them, but, yeah, I didn't even think about that. Clock that, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's good for them that they could do that because whatever, I don't know, but, yeah, we'll see how the wedding industry changes as far as that
I
goes,
know.
because it is gonna be like, how can you tell if something's real or not?
Honestly.
Because you can't really I mean, I guess you could prove it maybe, I'm not too sure how that's gonna work, but are couples gonna be questioning you now? Like,
Well, because
are these AI photos?
I remember, like, I think the main reason why it's scary is it sets up, like, perfect expectations or, like, unrealistic expectations of things. Like, I remember, like, back in the spring when a planner used AI to, like, render the design as, like,
Mm,
inspo,
mhm,
and everyone was, like, up in arms because they were like, "That's so unrealistic," whatever. So I feel like there's gonna be more of that, of, like
yeah, I mean, it already kind of is, there's already that unrealistic stuff happening in the wedding industry, but I don't know. That one's just sketchy because it's just, like, it's not a real photo, like, at all.
Yeah.
So, that's really I don't know, is it unrealistic? Is it not? Because it's like, it looks real.
You know what? I'm just thinking, like, right now, all of those videos, I hate watching them, but I mean, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Of like, well, there'll be videos of people getting married saying, "Oh, I can't find a photographer for less than, $8,000, whatever." And then there's the photographers making videos in response being like, "Well, you just like are aspirational. Sorry, like you don't fit my budget." I think AI makes it seem like it's like everyone can have this because it's so prevalent
Oh,
now.
yeah, maybe so.
And so it's like, we're so used to seeing like the top of the top
Yeah.
that everyone thinks that they can have that for their wedding when they can't.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
that's so true. And also just, like, there's so much since the internet is so wide now that you're seeing photographers from all over the world, you're seeing images from, like, million-dollar weddings, and so, yeah, I could see that as a bride, you're like your shock is where, beginner photographers can't do that, like
right, yeah.
and they think that they can for some reason, like, they
Yeah.
think a photographer can just capture beauty, but, I mean, it does take a little bit to be able to I mean, that's why people charge more is because
Yeah.
their experience is a lot better than it was when they first started. So, yeah, I agree with that. It is crazy because I'm trying to get off my personal TikTok. I wanna get off photography TikTok because I have been seeing a lot of, like, brides, like, kind of complaining about, like, "I can't find photographers under 5K or 15K," or whatever it is whatever the number is. Honestly, the number doesn't even matter, but I'm like, "Well, your taste is
Yeah, yeah.
expensive, it seems, but I'm sure you'll find someone you like in your price range." Like, it's not non-existent. Your taste is just, like, going towards the photographers that charge a lot of money.
Yeah.
But, I
It's
mean,
so funny.
they just don't know what they don't know, which I don't blame them for that.
Right, and I think they don't know a lot because, I mean, I feel like AI has a lot to do with that and, like,
Yeah.
making these perfect
Well,
images.
and just like Instagram and TikTok and like all these influencers having weddings and
Yeah.
just setting those expectations for brides that just don't have that budget, which is really sad. But I mean,
There's one Instagram account that I really like. I I always say the name wrong. It's like Nanty Narking.
oh, I don't know.
Let me look it up because they went on like a hiatus where they didn't post and now they're posting a lot more, but they post like breakdowns of like what different weddings actually cost. And it's like an
Oh,
anonymous account, but
okay.
like she like they like interview planners.
Mm,
Nanty_narking
okay.
is
You'll
the
have to send me that.
yeah, and like they literally like break down every single
Oh,
ones that are
interesting.
like $1,000,000 weddings,
Yeah,
like, $20,000 weddings, like anything. So it's like a really good resource, I
for
think, for
people
people getting married and
like just
planning
having
weddings.
realistic expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think a lot of brides are just like, "Oh my gosh, everything's so expensive, everything's so expensive." And it can be, but it can also not be.
Right.
It's not like the
Just like anything in
yeah,
life.
yeah, no, literally. No, it's so true. And what really irks me about the whole conversation is that like people will pay a lot of money for really big corporations, and all the wedding vendors are like small businesses.
Mm,
Like they're not big corporations. Honestly, I don't even think that most of them can even get to that place anyways as like a service provider. They can make a lot of money, obviously, but I think it's just like so like, why don't we boycott these big corporations and not the small businesses that you're saying are way too expensive? It's like, well, yeah, well, we have to take care of a lot of expenses and we have to take care of ourselves, and we can only do so many weddings in a year. So yeah, it's just like that's the only part that irks me about those types of videos, because I'm like, oh, okay, you'll spend $4,000 on a bag, but you can't spend $4,000 on a photographer or
yeah.
whatever. And yeah, not saying that every bride is like that, but it's just, priorities are just different for different people, which is fine. But yeah, it's just like
Yeah.
we're just small businesses at
Well,
the end of the day.
again, I think it's like these like $1,000,000 weddings, they were so exclusive back in the day, like, they were only, like, in Martha's weddings and stuff like
Yes,
that, so, like,
the
the
access
average person, yeah, didn't
wasn't seeing that.
yeah, they weren't viewing it every day, but now with social media, obviously, we're viewing it every day, so it's
Yeah,
like
and you want that type
yeah.
even though sometimes you just can't have it. I mean, most of these weddings that I go to, I'm like, "Oh, I can't afford this."
No, I know, I couldn't even afford my own wedding, okay? It was a backyard wedding, so
Yeah, it's crazy. So, that's been, like, an interesting topic on the internet of photography and whatnot, is the
mhm.
AI photos, the pricing of it all, and everything. But you just gotta know that there are people in every single market, so you'll be able to book
Yeah.
regardless, I think.
Put your blinders on,
Yeah.
your earmuffs on,
Yeah,
don't listen to the
don't listen to
noise.
those types of rides, because it will I feel like sometimes it will make you be like, "Oh, maybe I shouldn't be charging that." Or, like,
Right.
you'll see comments too where it's like, "Oh my gosh, I would never charge that much." Or, like, the pick me types of people where it's like,
Yes.
"Oh my gosh, yeah, I would never charge that much. Like, I care about my clients, blah, blah, blah." It's like, we all do. Another thing that irks me. But anyways, enough about that. Is there anything else that I wanted to talk about? Oh, I guess the only thing else that I want to talk about is that my friend Kirsten asked me to make her like Instagram story templates, which was so nice of her because I don't like really do that. Like, I'm not someone that like, I don't have a service like that, and so it was really nice that she, like, went to me and was like, "Can you make me these before I go to anyone else?" Because I am pretty good at design. I just don't do it, like, as a service or anything. I just like doing it for myself and for just, like, little things, like, if people ask me to do something, I will, and so that was really fun to make her story templates based on her brand, because 'cause I'm really good at that too. I'm really good at, like, looking at a brand and knowing, like, how to make even if I didn't make her brand and, like, choose all her colors and fonts, I'm really good at, like, matching
Mhm.
styles, and so I had a lot of fun making hers, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, you gave me the idea that I should start selling some templates for Instagram for other people," just, like, different types of aesthetics, I think would be really fun to do,
Yeah.
because she asked for a client testimonial one, a new blog post one, and I'm trying to think of what else. What else did she ask for? New blog post, client testimonials, oh, happy anniversary ones, and just booked, like, Kirsten Ashley Photography welcomes so and so, and then their
Mm.
date and their venue. So a little, like, welcoming
You should
story.
do ones where it's, like, the day of the wedding or the week of the wedding.
Yes,
'Cause,
yes.
like, people always post, like, "Happy wedding day."
Yes. Yeah, so that's kind of like I do wanna have, like, little bundles like that, because
Yeah.
also on my Instagram, what I really love is there's, like, a start here button, and it kind of, like, is like a mini website of, like, what I'm about and everything, so I think that would be really good for photographers and vendors, and just yeah, either what you said and then just, like, a whole wedding bundle maybe, just like a if you're wanting to post photos of like a collage or something of a whole wedding day, that would be fun too. So, I don't know,
Yes.
lots of things that I've considered since she asked that, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you asked me to do that because it just gave me the idea." Because I'd been thinking about it last year, I think, or the last few years, but you know how it goes. I never do it. But now I'm like, no, this year I'm doing things. I'm doing
Yes.
things and I'm just going to do them.
That's so exciting. I love that.
Not complicating everything. Yeah.
Using your skills to diversify your income.
Yes. Yes.
That's what 2026 is all about.
Yes, exactly. And then speaking of 2026, I said I would come on today and talk about the year of the horse.
Oh, yeah, please tell me.
Yes. So 2026 is the year of the horse, and the way I understand that energy is momentum, which is what I was trying to say last time, but I obviously didn't do any research. So it's not really the year for overthinking or circling decisions. It's more like once you decide, you move.
Oh, yeah. I already feel that energy.
I know. That's what I'm feeling too. Even with like the templates, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do this like immediately after I finish yours. And horse years are about confidence, independence, and forward motion. You're kind of forced to trust your instincts instead of waiting until everything feels perfect. And if you don't move, you feel it, like restlessness or frustration. Yeah. And for me, it doesn't feel like hustle energy. It feels more like decisive energy. Like I've already done the planning, I've built the structure. Now it's time to actually like use my skills.
Yeah.
Which is really, really cool. So I think 2026 is less about starting everything new and more about fully committing to what you've already chosen and letting that momentum carry you forward.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's really, really good energy. The horse energy. And the year of the horse, here are some like energy themes. So it's momentum, independence, action over overthinking, big swings, big movement, less perfection, more instinct, and basically you just can't half commit this year.
Okay.
So,
I already feel that.
I know.
And that's wild. Okay. I love it.
It's so crazy. And this feels like the year where we just stop circling and we just move.
Yeah.
We're not overthinking. We're just doing the thing that we said we were going to do instead of just like, oh, but I have to wait for this, or I have to do this, or this, needs to happen before I do this. It's like, no, you think about it, you do it.
Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? I was like, wow, that really does feel like this year.
It really does. Like I've been doing a lot of like, I've had a list in my phone of things that I needed to do for my business for like all 2025.
Mm-hmm.
And literally I did like 5 of them in one day, just like in the first week of 2026. Like I was like, I'm doing this today and I'm doing it.
Yes.
That's wild.
I know. And I'm feeling the energy with a lot of other people that we're like around too, is like we're just doing it instead of just like waiting around or getting burnt out or whatever it is. Just like we just do it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Horses are like galloping. They're like,
yes.
They're moving.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. So year of the horse, guys. Get on board. Get on that saddle.
Get on that saddle.
We're moving. We're moving this year, which I think is going to be really, really good.
Okay. That makes me excited.
Yeah, I know. Same. We're horse girls this year.
I do have my cowboy boots on.
Oh my gosh, wait. It's all good. That's really good. And then I said I would also talk about Saturn Return because I'm going into I think there's layers to the Saturn return. Like you start feeling it around when you're like 27, 26, I think. But I think this year's like really when I'm gonna feel it, I'm pretty sure. And so you've heard like the term Saturn return, and usually it kind of sounds intense, and it kind of is, but it's not like in a scary way. I feel like a lot of people talk about it in like you're gonna go through it kind of way, but it's really not like that. Your Saturn return happens around your late 20s, early 30s, and it's basically this period of your life where you're asked to grow up energetically, not in a you're failing kind of way, but in like what are you actually building your life kind of way. And definitely that's what I'm feeling.
It's like a wake up call.
Yeah, it's just like everything, the horse energy, this energy, about to go into my 30s in a few months energy. It's just kind of like, oh yeah. Oh.
Wow. Was 2025, it was the snake, and that's like the year of like shedding. My Saturn return was in the year of shedding, and I shed a lot of stuff.
A lot. Yep. Yeah, isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so crazy. So for me, it feels like less tolerance for chaos, more desire for structure, boundaries, and system that actually support me. I'm less impressed by being busy and more focused on what's sustainable long term.
Mm,
Yep. We got to learn these things. And a lot of people think the Saturn return is about things falling apart, but I think it's more about refinement and less about like chaos and just like, oh my gosh, everything's like
yeah.
everything I thought was not right. But no, we're just refining things. And you outgrow what's misaligned and you start choosing things that feel calmer, clearer, and more intentional. It's less about doing more and more about doing things better.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the Saturn return energy that I'm going into this year, which is kind of scary, but kind of not. The themes of a Saturn return is just like responsibility, structures, boundaries, and long-term vision. And basically things just fall apart when they're misaligned. So you
Mm,
really got to find that like alignment in your field. You feel pulled to simplify, commit, and build something that's sustainable, less chaos for chaos sake, and more intentional systems. And so that kind of ties into what I talked about last time where I was like talking about like how this quarter I just wanted to feel calmer and have like workflows that work for me, fewer decisions on wedding days, trusting my systems and choosing consistency over the hustle because I
mhm.
think that'll just get me where I want to go instead of like feeling like I need to hustle but then not even doing it or like doing it once a week and then so I just want consistency overall. So, yeah, that's the Saturn return, the horse of it all. The year of the horse and my Saturn return, which feels like it's
Goes
gonna
together.
go together. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
I know. It's kind of wild. I'm like, I can't believe I'm about to turn 30.
I know.
Oh my gosh, it's
I feel like it
so
was
crazy.
just your
I
birthday.
know. I know.
That's
Yeah, it's
wow.
kind of wild, but yeah, I'm here for it. I'm here for 2026. It's going to be a really
Me
good year, I
too.
think.
I always love an even number year, so
Yes, me too. Me too. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, that's all that I had to talk about. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about before we get into it?
No, just that I've been watching The Traders.
Oh, yes. Did you like it? Did you watch the first 3?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
obsessed.
Yeah,
Already
obsessed.
obsessed.
Yeah, I love traders. I love game shows. I just love it all.
Mhm.
I love it. And I think Survivor's about to be on in February and I'm trying to think of what other shows are on right now. There's so many. Heated Rivalry, which I can maybe talk about next week. I
Did you
haven't
watch
watched it
it?
all. I haven't
Oh.
watched it all. I'm on episode 4 right
Oh,
now, so I haven't seen it all. But I want to talk less about the show and more about the inspiration that people are getting from the show.
okay.
Yeah, I think it'll be a really good topic to talk about for next week. But I want to finish the show before I even talk about
Okay.
anything. And yeah, watching that Fallout is on too. There's a lot. 2026 is going to be such a good year for TV and movie.
Yeah,
There's just so much good stuff coming out, and I'm so excited. I also really want to go see Marty Supreme.
me too. I've been wanting to.
Yeah, I've been really, really wanting to watch that. So, yeah, there's just a lot of TV shows.
I
Did you
know.
watch I Love LA yet?
No,
Oh my god, that's another good
I
one.
know. I haven't watched a lot of TV at all this like holiday season, so
Wow,
I'm
yeah.
kind of behind, and it kind of makes me overwhelmed.
Yeah, I
But
know there's just so much to watch. I know, but you'll have a wedding to edit soon, so
yeah,
maybe
so true.
you can get into get into some TV shows and movies while you
So
edit.
true.
But
Speaking of the wedding,
yes.
okay, so I have a wedding this weekend, and it has been like on my, I don't know, like on my calendar for a year. They booked me last January, and
It's been looming.
yeah, to me it feels like a 2025 wedding because like
Oh, okay.
I booked it in 2025 and it was in January. And to me, it was like the end of my wedding season, even though it's like we
Mhm.
started a new year. But
Yeah.
so I've been like anticipating this wedding for a long time. And I think on an episode before we talked about like what we bring to wedding days, but we haven't really talked about like how we prepare, like especially like the week before the wedding. So I thought we
And
could
even just
kind of
like
talk
gearing
about
up
that.
for the wedding.
Yeah.
Just like really preparing, even just like when you get an inquiry, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we'll just talk about like wedding prep and what we do. Some things I added on here that I'd like to add, but most of it I already kind of do. But I think it would be good to talk about, especially because, yeah, I think you said this, but a lot of people don't really talk about the wedding prep,
No.
like, at all.
Yeah.
Like, besides, like, "Oh, yeah, get your gear ready." Like,
Right. Charge your
hello?
batteries.
Yeah.
But
Hello, yes. But everything else, because we are entering, like, a different season where we're really wanting more information from the planner and the couple and everything, so I think talking about it will really help us just in general with our workflows, and then other people too that really just want to level up their experience
Mhm.
with everything. Even if you're not, I always say this, but like, even if you're not booking like luxury weddings, I feel like you should treat every wedding as a
Like
luxury
it is.
wedding,
Yeah.
because that'll just help word of mouth, reviews, everything.
It'll
Like,
grow much
you'll grow
faster.
way faster if you're treating every single wedding like it's a $1 million wedding.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's get into it. Do you want to start us off?
Yeah. So I kind of just wrote down everything I did for this wedding in particular,
Mhm.
just so it's like a real life example.
Yeah, yeah.
So this wedding, the planner actually reached out to me first before the couple.
Okay.
And so I got an inquiry from this planner, and she basically was just like, "Are you free for this date? And would you really willing to travel? Because it's a Houston wedding." And so I just told her, I was like, "Yes, I'm available. My full day offerings start at this price. Do you want to hop on a call to discuss their needs?" Because I feel like when the first time a planner reaches out to you and it's like not your same workflow, you kind of freak out.
Yeah.
And you're like, how am I supposed to respond to this email?
Yeah.
And
That's
like,
something I've been having to learn too.
yeah.
Is like working with planners, like where they're inquiring for
Yes.
the couple, which was honestly really never a thing for me. Where I was just always, even if the couple had a planner, they always reached out to me like the couple did. So it
Mhm.
is different when a planner is inquiring.
Yes. So I've done this like 3 times now, and I found that it works really well if you just say, "Yes, you're available." Tell them what your starting rate is, and then ask to hop on a call.
Mhm.
So then we hopped on a call, and I was able to send over a custom proposal based on whatever the couple wanted. And then she was like, "Hey, we love this, but the couple actually wants to get on a call with you as well." So I had a second consultation with the couple, and then they wanted to change a few things. So I sent a new custom proposal, and then they loved it. They signed it. And then that was like last January.
Yeah.
So I haven't had much like communication with the
Mhm.
couple until a couple months ago.
Wait, before we move on, could you tell us
Yeah.
how you send custom proposals? Like what it
Yes,
is?
I used Dubsado, and my girl Kim's got a discount for you.
Yes, I do. And it'll give you 30% off
Okay.
either a year or a month. So it's
Yeah.
pretty good because a lot of people with discount codes I think you only get 20% off with anybody else's, but mine 30% off. And for a full year, that's really good.
Yeah.
With Dubsado.
Seriously.
But so you do it through Dubsado, like all your custom proposals. Because I know some
Yes.
people do custom proposals through a PDF. Some people do custom proposals through like their website, which I've been trying to do, is having my proposal, or like not my proposal, it's more so just like my pricing guide, I guess,
Yeah.
on my website, and then doing like a super custom one on my Dubsado. So there's so
Yes.
many ways to do it. That's why I asked you, like, I want like, how do you do it?
Yes.
For the planner.
And for some reason I changed it because before this wedding I was sending like a custom package, if you will, just on like a website link, like a page that wasn't public on my
like
website.
a hidden page on your website.
But for some reason for this one I decided to just do it through Dubsado. And so that's the fun thing about having a business, is you can experiment and see what works and what doesn't.
Yes.
And so, yeah, after they booked, I really wasn't in contact with them for months until 2 months out. I sent a questionnaire to my couple to fill out. And I can kind of like talk about what was on my questionnaire because I feel like people don't talk about that either.
Yeah, why not?
So I think in maybe last episode or the episode before then, I was kind of talking about questions that you should ask on your questionnaire. And so I don't really talk about like, I don't ask them, what was your love story? Like, how did you meet? All that kind of stuff. This is just like specific information I need to know for the wedding day.
Yep.
Because I find most people are stressed about wedding planning, especially like 2 months out. They don't have time to like fill out a very lengthy questionnaire.
Yeah. Where it's also like, why are you asking me when
Yeah.
we fell in love? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to answer that.
Yeah.
Especially if you are busy wedding planning, like that's the last thing you want to do, honestly. And I feel like you can find that information out, honestly, on the wedding day, before the wedding day, do an engagement session.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of ways to get that information out of them before the questionnaire. Like the questionnaire shouldn't be about like, how did you fall in love?
Yeah.
And like, what were the first memories you guys had or whatever? Like this is more logistics and kind of almost it will get emotional with some questions, but I think mostly it's just like to have you prepare for the wedding.
Right. And I think when I first started, like my questionnaire was so long.
Yeah.
It had everything under the sun. Like,
yeah, we got to make it.
What's your favorite song? Like, it was
like,
crazy.
Yeah.
So right now I'm only asking, how would you like your names to appear on your wedding gallery? Because that's something that I never used to ask, and I would just assume
Okay. Yeah.
what they wanted.
That's a good question. I've never thought of doing that.
Yeah, especially because you don't know like who's taking whose last name.
Yeah. I usually just do their names.
Yeah. And that's what they wanted.
Or their first names, I mean.
And then like what email do you want me to send the gallery to? That's another good.
That's a good one.
I will say this is the questionnaire that I send to my couples. And if you're working with a planner who doesn't want you to send questionnaires, all of these questions you can just ask the planner in an email.
Yeah.
So that's something to note too. And then I ask, what are they most excited about for the wedding? And that will help with your storytelling. Kind of like the episode we were talking about. What did I just do to my phone?
Oh no.
Okay, I got it. The new Apple update. I still don't know all of it.
I don't know if I have it yet.
It's kind of crazy.
Oh Lord.
Like if you accidentally hold something too long, it like pops up to different windows. It's weird.
Okay.
Anyways, so what are they most excited about? And then what is the most important part of the day that they would want to see in their gallery? And if they have any special requests or anything that they're doing differently that they really want me to focus on. And then what do you like about wedding images that you've seen before? And then what do you not like, or what gives you the ick about wedding images that you've seen? And this will really help you figure out, like, if you haven't been able to talk to them beforehand, like I wasn't able to, this really helped me solidify like what they're looking for. And then I have a list of their family portraits. So I need like all the combinations of people that they want. And then if there's any cultural or religious traditions that are unique to their day. And then if there is anything else that I need to know, like deceased family members, people who are divorced, people who don't get along, just like family dynamics, that really helps. And then the last question, which I started adding just like this past year, which has been really helpful to upsell, is I have a little drop down arrow saying like, are you interested in adding any of these to your collection?
Okay, yeah.
So that you can have your upsells right there. So most of it's just like extra hours of coverage, but that was something that I wasn't implementing in my workflow, and I've upsold a lot by doing that.
No, that's good.
So
no, that's such a good idea. I don't think I've seen anyone else do that.
Yeah, because sometimes like they originally don't want you to be there for the rehearsal dinner, but then like leading up to the wedding, they might change their mind.
Yeah. Well, I feel like you start getting more emotional and you're like, wait, I don't want to miss that.
Yes, exactly.
So, and by then, you know, like if you have extra budget or not. And so I think that's really a good idea. Wow, Miranda. Okay. Thank you for the tips.
Yes. In 2026, we're upselling.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We're making more money.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So then I send that out like 2 months before the wedding. And then 1 month before the wedding, I email the planner. And I email the planner with any questions that I still have that wasn't answered through the questionnaire. And I also ask for any design deck that they're willing to share with me, as well as the invitation, so that I know what to do for the flat lay.
Yes, yes, which is so good. And before you move on with, because I had some notes about questionnaires too, mostly about like what we're looking for when reading questionnaires. And basically it's just kind of like identifying like their emotional priorities, family dynamics, and then like their non-negotiables. Because even
Mhm.
though we do have ideal clients, everyone is so different in the way that they want their wedding shot. And not that we're going to like change too much of our like art or anything, but really like knowing where I'm going to put the second shooter or what I'm really going to prioritize that day, because of course we're taking pictures of everything, but there's some moments that I know that they want captured. Like if they say grandma over and over again on their like questionnaire, I'm gonna be like, okay, I need to get a picture of grandma,
Yeah.
because that's like really important to them. And so just like the questionnaire just seems like so simple, but you really get a lot of information of like what really matters and just like why their story matters more so than just like a shot list
Mhm.
of things, because we already have a shot list. We know to get the first kiss. We know to get the grand entrance. We know all of that stuff, but it's like, how am I going to tell the story of their day based on this venue, based on the planner, based on what they want from
Mhm.
their wedding day? So I think we kind of know that, but like really this is where you get like this is how you prepare for the wedding day,
Yeah.
which I love doing. So yeah, that's how we, like, mentally map out the day with, like, the opening, the transitions, the closing moments, everything. So, yeah, I just wanted to, like, share examples of, like, what we're actually doing for this and, like, what moments matter most to them, who are the emotional anchors of the day, which is really important. Sometimes it's their parents, sometimes it's grandparents, aunts, uncles, like, it could be anyone, but if they're mentioning that in their questionnaire, it's, like, pretty important to them.
Mhm.
And just, like, flagging family dynamics and then just like any non-traditional elements that might surprise you, or yeah, just cultural religious moments that need prep, because sometimes it's like, okay, well, I've never done a Greek wedding, let me watch some TV shows, let me watch like some, I don't know, some YouTube videos of a Greek wedding or whatever it is. Like you can do research on those
Mhm.
things and get to know what's happening, so that way in the moment you're not surprised or like you feel like you missed something that was important. If you do the research, you'll know what's important, even though you've never shot the wedding before. And yeah, just helps you build like a mental list of things that you envision for their day. Like again, like the establishing shots and like the emotional beats and traditional moments and just like the closing scene of the
Mhm.
wedding. So if you watched our how to story tell on a wedding day, you'll kind of understand why we're getting so much information, even if it's only like 5 questions. Like
Yeah.
it really does help me know what they want. And I don't ask this on the questionnaire, but sometimes if I do get on a call with the planner and the couple, I'll ask if there's any places in their venue that they really love,
That's good, yeah.
because I've been noticed not I noticed that when I didn't ask that, I would ask it on the wedding day. I'm like, "Why am I asking this on the wedding day?"
Yeah.
Like, I really need to not I need to be more prepared for those instead of, like, asking the bride when she's, like, she's not thinking about stuff like that, or asking the couple, not just the bride, but that shouldn't, because 'cause they're just gonna forget, they're not gonna, like, know, but when they're planning the wedding, they'll kind of be like, "Oh, actually, like, I like the balcony at the wedding venue," and so I'll try to make things work with them before the wedding day and
And it
choosing, like, venue spots.
yes, and it helps cut down the decisions they have to make in the
Yes.
moment.
Yes, because I think that's where a lot of people get disappointed, like, couples get disappointed because they're like, "Oh my god, I loved this part of the venue, but my photographer didn't know that this was my favorite part of the venue, so they're not gonna shoot it unless they know." Or,
Right.
like, maybe their favorite part of the venue wasn't that part of the venue that the couple has, so it is really good to ask things like that in advance, especially if it's, like, a big wedding venue or whatever it is. It's nice to ask the couple, like, what they actually like about the venue and why they're
Yeah.
getting married there too.
Yeah. I need to add that into my question,
Yeah,
that's so
so
good.
I just thought of that and I was like, "Oh, yeah, I usually ask that question now because it's like, I want them to have good pictures and them not to be disappointed the day of because they weren't thinking about it." Like, some people are like, "Yeah, I didn't think my photographer was gonna ask me these questions," or like, "I didn't think about it in the moment, but now I'm, like, regretting not saying something
Mhm.
because this was my favorite part of the venue and we don't have any pictures there." And so
Right.
you don't want your clients to have, like, regrets. So, the more
Yeah.
questions you ask, the better, honestly.
Yeah, and
But
this
that
is why
one's
we're preparing.
Yes, yes, exactly, and just, like, I didn't learn that the first few years that I was doing weddings. I literally just implemented it last year. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just I just sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I always worry about like getting a TikTok on my feed where it's like one of my clients just talking like, I didn't like my wedding photos and here's why or whatever. Like, oh my, can you imagine? Like I've seen so many of those and I'm like,
I
that would
know.
like
Gut
break
us.
my
Yeah.
heart if I saw a video like that. Like it would like destroy me. So yeah, we're just trying to make those videos happen less.
Yeah. Yeah.
By preparing for the wedding. But anyways, I think I interrupted you. So now I
Well,
guess we can go into like the timeline and flow with the wedding
yes.
planner.
Yes. So one more thing about questionnaires. Normally, if I'm sending a questionnaire to a couple and I'm not like in correspondence with the planner through the whole time,
Mhm.
I will have a section in there that has tell me your timeline detailed hour by hour. So yeah, I just wanted to say that so
Yeah.
that you don't think that I'm just forgetting about the timeline. But if I am working with a planner, I don't include that because that's just another step that the couple has to do when they
Yeah.
don't need to be doing it. That's the planner's job.
Mhm.
So in this email that I'm sending to the planner a month out, I'm asking obviously for the timeline if they haven't sent it yet.
Well, and also another thing about timelines is that when I used to have couples that didn't have planners, I would send like a reminder email or not even a reminder, but almost like a checkpoint email of like, "Hey, do you guys have like some sort of drafted
Mhm.
timeline that I can maybe help you draft one for
Mhm.
photos or whatever it is?" So I did used to have like an email that went to the couple that was just like, "Hey, checking in, like do you have a draft for the timeline?" So that way we can start building that, and that happened like 4 months, I think, 4 to 3 months before the actual wedding day. So we could at least get started on it because I know some people need to tell their makeup artists and hair people like
Yeah.
what time they need to be there. And so just getting on top of that and just sending an email if you're not working with the planner
Yes, for sure.
and seeing like what and you kind of basically have to build out that timeline for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. So, yeah, again, they're just different workflows and you're
Mhm.
going to have to balance between the two.
Yeah.
um okay, so let's fast forward to the week of the wedding, which is this week. So, this is like my weekly checklist
Okay.
before the wedding. Number 1 is organizing all of my gear, obviously. This is, what to do. Format your cards, charge all your batteries, restock on your film, order any rental gear that you want to experiment with,
Mhm.
and like pack your bag. So I'll do this like either like the Friday before or like the Friday, like 2 Fridays before the wedding,
Okay, yeah.
or like the Monday before. So I did all of this yesterday. Today's Tuesday, by the way. And so then on Tuesdays, I record the podcast, so I don't do any wedding work. Wednesday, I will get a car wash. And I'll make sure if I haven't created my big note that's in my phone for everything that has to do with the wedding,
Mhm.
I'll really solidify that on Wednesday and I'll send it to my second shooter. And I kind of wanted to talk about what we even put in our notes.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then before, I just wanted to expand a little bit of like the week of wedding prep. Just a few things that you didn't mention, but like testing cards in camera. I
Mm.
feel like I usually do that because I've so many like memory cards, and sometimes you just never know what's gonna happen. So testing those. I don't know. I feel like everyone I work with doesn't format their cards before the wedding day, but I do.
Oh, I always.
I feel like I always work with photographer or like when I'm second shooting, I always feel like I work with photographers that are like, format this card, like before you do
Oh,
it. And I'm like, okay.
that's
Because
so
I'm so not
scary.
used to it. I'm like, I usually format all my cards before the
Yeah.
wedding day. Like there's nothing ever on them. But anyway, so and then syncing camera times on both of your cameras, I usually do just in case. And
Mhm.
then cleaning your cameras, like
Mm.
cleaning the lenses and everything is sometimes I do that too, especially if it's been a while or I just like got off like a really heavy wedding season, like just like cleaning things up, cleaning the inside of my like organizing everything in my bags, but also packing like a just in case bag. I always have like band-aids, fashion tape, extra boutonniere pins, like so many different types of pills in case I'm dizzy, nauseous, like painkillers, like everything. I have everything. Just in case, you never know. Lint rollers, mints, all those things. And then just like double checking how much film you need too. Just like okay, am I gonna shoot this type of film, the film speeds, what kind of cameras are we using for this wedding? So just checking all of that too. But yeah,
Mhm.
that's a little bit about that. But yeah, okay. So then yeah, the notes app.
Yes. So basically, what I have in, let me just go to my note for this weekend.
Yeah, I love it.
So I have any notes. So I did hop on a call with the couple in the planner last night just to go over final details, and anything that they told me that they didn't say in the questionnaire, I'm writing down. Like
Yes.
any little thing that they say. So I have like just the front of my note is just all of those notes, kind of like a brain dump. And then I'll kind of reorganize that for the day of. But then I have the venue with the address. This is super important because if you're sending this to your second photographer, they don't have the address. I've been sent so many notes by photographers, and I'm like,
No
hey,
address.
I need the address.
Yes.
Or they'll just say the venue name.
Yeah, and I'm like, I love that, but like if I somehow end up somewhere else, I
Yep.
do not want that to be my fault.
Yep.
Like you need to send me the address.
Double check to make sure the address is correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I have linked the design deck just so that my second shooter can see. I mean, Kim's my second shooter for this, but just so that they can see what to expect and kind of like what the vibe is so that they can match their outfits to the design. And then I have a little section in here that says like what the couple likes and what the couple dislikes, just so that my second also knows, what to shoot. And then I have any restrictions or traditions. So like this is where I'll put like groom's parents are divorced, they don't like each other, don't put them next to each other in a photo.
Well, you basically want the second photographer to know everything that you know.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. That was my dog.
Yes, because just like you don't want to go in blind, you shouldn't want them to go in blind either.
Exactly.
They're working for you. And then I have a specific note for the second. This is basically saying like what to wear, what to bring, any specific things that they'll be doing that I won't be with them. And then I'll have the timeline, very detailed. And after the timeline, I'll put a list of all the vendors. So just in case the planner's like, yeah, like we're going to be doing BTS live, you'll be able to like tag all of the vendors if you want to. It's just easy to just copy and paste.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so it's a very lengthy note, but
no, I think it's really
worth
helps. Well, because it's also not just for you, but second photographer prep. Again, I think a lot of people get mad at their second photographers because they don't do what they want them to do, but then they don't say what they want the second photographer to do. So then some second photographers, it's like they're just gonna do what they do.
Yeah, we can't read the minds.
If they have no creative direction, then they're just gonna do whatever.
Yeah.
So I think it's really important to prep the second photographer, and also just so that they don't put mom and dad together and they're divorced.
Right.
Or like just so they know things so they don't ruin the experience that you're trying to give your clients. And you can be as prepared as possible, but if you don't prepare your second or your assistant or whatever, then it's just not going to have that same experience. So I think it's really important to prep the second photographer just in terms of like even just creative direction, like what moments you want them hunting for, where they can experiment, and just like when they take the lead, because sometimes if you're working with someone you really trust, you want them to take the lead on details or family photos or whatever it is. Like you should tell them what you want them to take the lead on and what they can defer to you. So like say I can't get something, then I'll tell Miranda, hey, you need to get this later because I wasn't able to. And so yeah, just like expectations of like, is it gonna be a calm wedding? Are they lovey-dovey? Or everything that you know as a main, you should be telling your second photographer.
Yeah.
Because it just like helps the entire experience of like, because if they're alone somewhere with the groom or parents or whatever, you don't want them to say something that's just like, oh well,
yeah,
should have prepped you on that one, like,
yeah,
because it's not going to be their fault, they just don't know, and they might slip up and say something. So yeah, just like sharing the timeline, family dynamics, and any sensitive relationships, I think is a really, really big one.
Yes. Also, in my note, I have a list of the family photos, but I forgot to say that.
Oh, yeah. So basically everything that you would need on a wedding day.
Yeah. And so I do that. I try to do that on Wednesday before the wedding. And then Thursday is, like, my last day to, like, really plan,
Mhm.
and so I will steam all my outfits, make sure all my outfits are good. I'll pack any last-minute bags, especially, like, a snack bag.
Yes.
We gotta pack a snack bag, okay?
Yes, yes.
A bag with, like, extra clothes if you're changing into shoes after the ceremony, all that kinda stuff.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start bringing extra pair of clothes,
Mhm.
regardless if I'm gonna change into them or not, because that one rainy wedding day that we had, I was
Yes,
like,
oh my
I
god, we were
really wish I would have
drenched.
had an extra change of clothes for that
Yeah.
one. So yeah, regardless, rain or shine, I'm gonna bring something else because you never know when you're gonna fall or rip something.
Yep.
So you always want to be prepared for that. So I think, yeah, this year I'm gonna bring an extra pair of clothes, even if I'm second shooting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's really important
I mean,
to
if you're
do.
second shooting, just pretend like you're main shooting. Do everything
Yeah,
that you would do.
yes. As a main photographer. Yeah, no, that's so true. Anything else?
And then the last thing is just gather any inspo because
Oh,
I
yes.
always feel like, especially for this wedding, it's a pretty big wedding for me. And so leading up to it, I'm having a little bit of anxiety. Just being real with y'all.
Yeah, imposter
Imposter
syndrome.
syndrome. And so after I know everything is prepped, like everything is packed, like I've done everything to a T, and that's why I have this list so that I can make sure
Mhm.
that
Well, so
my
that you're also not extra anxious
yeah.
because you're like having to do everything last minute and like you don't know answers to questions that you have. Like you're so prepared that at least for the wedding day, you'll be calm in that sense where it's like at
Mhm.
least you're prepared. Even if you're a little anxious about everything else, you won't be anxious because of that. And also on top of it, you don't know what's going on.
Right. So, even after I've done all that and I'm still feeling a little anxious, I find that gathering inspo really calms my nervous system,
hmm
and it makes me step into, like, the creative part of my brain and not, like, the logistical part of my brain.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's, like, you can go on Pinterest, but, like, I love watching movies, I love looking through photo books,
Yes.
like,
Magazines. I really love
magazines.
magazines.
Yeah, finding, like, old inspo, like, old weddings, um even, like, older, like, presidential weddings, I'll go back.
Mhm.
I love those kinds of photos, and just, like, getting yourself into that mindset to create really helps me, like, calm down.
Mhm. Mhm. Well, and also I was gonna talk about like sometimes I'll feel like I can do better at certain parts of the wedding. So let's just say I want to like be better at like groomsmen prep or whatever it is. And so I'm gonna start looking at like male actors who
Yeah.
do who get ready before the Met Gala or like photos that especially for me, I'm like really inspired by like fashion.
Yeah.
And so for me, I would be looking more so for those types of photos where it's like how they're sitting because especially like I'm so good at like the feminine of a wedding and not so much the masculine because it's just like that's just not what I'm used to. And so if I want to get better at that, I like look for specific inspo for groomsmen prep of like, okay, what can we have him do? How can he sit? Because it's like you want to go into it so prepared and know exactly what you're getting. And I know you're not like too much of a pose person, like you just document what's there. But again, like for me, I really want to be better at like certain parts of the wedding. So I'll look into those certain parts of the wedding more than I would like the entire wedding.
Yeah.
Cause I know like what to do at a ceremony. I know what to
Right.
do like maybe at a reception. But if you're looking for different points of views, I think, yeah, looking through magazines, looking through older weddings, maybe skip Pinterest this time and really go to like the library and find some photo books. Because I think that'll help you too. Even if it's not weddings, it'll help you see things differently.
Yeah, and even, like, watch movies that are, like, in the same aesthetic as the
Yes.
design
Mhm.
because then you can see, like, how light is different and, like, it
Yes,
just
and
gives
how
you
they're using light.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So, that's everything I do leading up to wedding day.
Yes, yes. Well, do you have any, like, morning rituals? I think we talked about this in a podcast episode a while ago, but yeah, just, like, the personal prep, I feel like is often overlooked. We don't really, like, talk about that, and so I feel like this is huge for me at least because I always say this, but I'm like, I get really anxious before wedding days, like literally the day of, like the morning of, I get really anxious. So I try to block out like mental decompression time. And because I feel like I used to wake up and be like very chaos energy. Like, I need to get ready. I need to get all my stuff together and I need to do this. And it was just, I don't know, I was just living in chaos. So now I'm like, okay, limiting my social media consumption that day and hydrating and eating a real meal in the mornings.
Yes.
Because sometimes the timing of weddings is really weird. So you'll get to the wedding at like noon, but then you haven't ate because you're getting ready all morning or you're doing whatever in the morning. So it's like having a proper meal because that's just going to help your brain and your creativity. Like, I know it's like, oh my gosh, I feel like a lot of photographers romanticize like, oh, we're not drinking at weddings, we're not eating, we're not doing this. I'm like, no, we have to. Like, this is literally a sport. And we got to hydrate and we have to eat the carbs and whatever else. Like, we need to be healthy for these weddings to be the most creative, most, most you self that day. So yeah, I just like setting an intention for the day too. I'm here to observe and not control things. I'm like just setting intentions. Like, I trust my instincts.
Yeah.
Just simple things like that, I think will really, really help you. And just like the morning of too, just quick grounding. So like maybe like going on a little walk or maybe just like sitting in your chair and listening to some meditation music or just like listening to any type of music. I think just like grounding yourself into the day. And I just think it creates like a calmer photographer, and then you enter with a calm presence. And it's not like that energy that you really don't like to feel on wedding days because it's already kind of crazy on wedding day. So you want to feel calm going into it, and just like even just like reviewing the timeline the morning of, and just like kind of like calmly putting yourself into the day and the story, and just reminding yourself like you've done this before. You don't need to prove anything, and just like presence over perfection, I think is like the intention we need to be setting for the day. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of talk about that because I know not a lot of people talk about the morning of, and I think those are like a few things that I like to do too. Even in the morning, sometimes I'm like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna look through a photo book or look at Pinterest or whatever, like just something. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. You don't have to spend an hour trying to ground yourself. Like, you can spend a few minutes. It's really not like a super big deal. But yeah, I guess that's it on my end. Is there anything else you want to talk about with prepping for weddings?
I think that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Tune in next week and we'll recap everything that happened.
What we do after a wedding. Yeah, no, that's so true. Okay, yeah. I love this episode. I think it's going to be really, really important, especially at the start of the year when you're like working on your workflows, everything like that. I think it'll be really good. But yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe and follow the podcast. It really does help so much. You have no idea. So help us out and go like the podcast and follow us on whatever it's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, all the things.
Yes.
We need you. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in today. Love ya.
Bye.